Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kiondra, also known as Key, and if you are new, make sure to go down below, hit that subscribe button as well as the bell button so that you will be notified every time that I post any video. Today's video, I wanted to share with you all what my goals for 2020 was. I kind of just want to reflect on my goals that I had. Without further ado, let's just get right into the video. So my first goal that I had for 2020 was to start my clothing line. So I have always been into fashion. I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. I always wanted to make my own clothes. I'm a very artsy, creative person. I like to make things. That's just something that I like to do and I've always liked to do. So I wanted to start my clothing line this year. And as far as my clothing line, I kind of accomplished some of it and then some of it I didn't. So I did get my business license as far as starting my business and my clothing line and all of that stuff. So I got my business license, I got my LLC, all of that stuff. I got all of that as far as starting my business and my journey to starting my own clothing line. I also, of course, got my name for my business, as I mentioned, my LLC. So I got that, I got my name for it. And it didn't take me long to think of a name or anything like that. But yes, I did get that accomplished. I'm very proud of myself as far as getting my business license and all of that. And I am currently working on my website as well. So I do have a domain and all of that stuff for my website. I got business cards that are printed out and all of that good stuff. So I'm hoping next year in 2021, I can finally put all of that into action. Goal number 2 is I wanted to at least work on one clothing collection in my clothing line. And I did get a start on that. Like, I had some ideas in my head. I had a list of ideas of what I wanted to start or make for my clothing collection. At first I had it set to where I wanted to finish sewing everything by the summertime, and then I was gonna launch everything in the summer. And I originally wanted it to be for the spring, but I kind of started a little bit too late into the year for everything to be done by the spring, because of course I was doing everything by myself as far as the sewing and all of that stuff. So me just being one person, I knew that I wasn't going to get it done that quickly. So then I pushed it to the summertime. But because of how I was working, I just didn't have the energy to keep going and getting it done by then. So I kind of just put that on hold. So I'm hoping that I will start that back up in 2021. That way I can actually go ahead and get my clothing collection together. So hopefully, if I don't have it up spring of 2021, then I will definitely, hopefully, have it together summer of 2021. So I have a few pieces that are actually done and all of that stuff. My third goal for 2020 was I was possibly thinking of getting a new car. And of course, I don't have a new car yet, but I'm hoping by the end of January or sometime soon, maybe within a couple of weeks, I will have a new car. The car that I have currently is a bit of an older car. I figured it's time for me to get something new, and I'm kind of just over the car now. And I've had that car for 2 years now, so I want something newer. I want something newer than what I have, because my car has some years on it. So I am hoping that I get a new car. My fourth goal for 2020 was I wanted to look for an apartment. I wanted to get my own apartment, get my own space and stuff like that. And as you can see, if you watch my channel, my videos, all of that stuff, you will see that I did get my own apartment. I do have my own space. And so far I am loving it. But yeah, I do have my own apartment, so I saved up for that, got my own apartment, my own space. And I actually didn't plan to get the apartment as soon as I did, but it just so happened that I ended up getting my apartment about in the summertime. The fifth goal that I had for 2020 was I wanted to start grad school or fashion design school. So when I graduated college, actually before I graduated college, like my senior year, I was still like confused and not sure if I wanted to start grad school. And I wanted to start this year. I actually feel like this year would have been a good time to start grad school or something. But I wanted to start grad school, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to study. Like I had no clue at all. So I didn't want to just jump into something that I wasn't sure about. And actually before I was even thinking about grad school, I was actually feeling like I was being pressured to start grad school. So that was actually another reason why I put that on hold as well and decided to just work after college until I figure out what I wanted to do. But I definitely do want to do grad school or something like that. The reason why fashion design school is another option is because, like I said, I always want to do fashion design and stuff like that. Now, I did study fashion merchandising, but it's not the same as fashion design. Some people do kind of get that mixed up. So I might do another video explaining the differences between fashion merchandising and fashion design. So maybe next year I will have the courage to actually, you know, either start grad school or fashion design school, or at least figure out what I want to study for grad school. My sixth goal was that I wanted a new job that was more of my interest in my field. So I work at a department store. Obviously it's retail. It is dealing with fashion, clothing, all of that stuff. However, I have not always liked retail. It's just something that I really just didn't like as much. Like I like fashion, but the retail aspect of it, I don't really feel like it's for me. I'm more of the creative person. I like to make stuff. Like that's just what I have always liked. I liked being creative, making stuff, and all of that good stuff. So what I studied in school go hand in hand with retail and stuff like that, but at the same time, I just feel like I'm not really gonna get as far with the job that I am working as far as retail. It's really hard to explain, honestly, especially with me being a fashion merchandising graduate. I did get a new job offer, which is what I'm very, very excited about. However, I got the job offer this year, but I didn't start this year. Like I start sometime next year. It's not in my field or anything like that, but it's something that I'm interested in doing. My seventh goal was I wanted to make it to 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I am super excited about this goal because obviously I surpassed this goal. Like right now I'm at 14.4k subscribers. Still surprised about that because how I did not think that I was even going to reach 10,000. I didn't think that I would be past 10,000 right now. I didn't even think that I probably would have been past 5,000, but like I said, it just kind of came out of nowhere, and I'm really excited about that. Like a lot of you all enjoy my sewing tutorials and all of that stuff. Like I know majority of you all are here from my sewing tutorials, so I'm really glad that my sewing tutorials have helped some of you all out, and that is something that is going to continue on my channel no matter how big my channel might grow or anything like that. Like the sewing and fashion tutorials aren't going to go anywhere. I might incorporate some stuff, you know, on my channel here and there that might be different or outside of what my channel is about, but the fashion videos are not going anywhere. My 8th goal was to travel. Like, I didn't want to travel too much, but I wanted to at least travel somewhere during the year, but obviously that didn't happen because of the pandemic. But I at least would have liked to travel somewhere, and it didn't have to be anywhere far or anything like that. But I really want to travel a bit next year. My 9th goal was to start a new wardrobe, and of course, I did accomplish that, I would say. I did get rid of a lot of clothes that I didn't wear like that. Some things that were out of style or that wasn't really trendy anymore. Like, I had a lot of clothes in my closet that I really wasn't wearing, that I haven't worn in years. I got rid of clothes that I couldn't fit. Some clothes that were actually too big for me that I probably wouldn't have gotten into. I gave a lot of stuff to like Goodwill, all of that stuff. I just want to start over. Obviously, I do have some stuff still that I kept. I wasn't gonna get rid of my entire closet or anything like that, but I made sure to get rid of stuff that I didn't like, didn't want, couldn't fit, wasn't my style anymore and stuff like that. And then I, you know, got some more stuff that was more of season. Like during the summer, I did get more summer stuff and things like that. So I am gonna continue that next year because I do want to build up my wardrobe and get more stuff as well. My 10th goal was I wanted to give back. I really feel like I didn't really do as much of that this year, but I definitely want to do that next year. Like, I'm a very selfless person. Like, I like to give to people. I like helping people and stuff like that, but I definitely want to do more of that next year. Like, it doesn't even have to be anyone I know. Like, I want to just help people. I want to help strangers. I want to help people in my community, stuff like that. I want to, next year, I definitely want to do the angel tree. I definitely want to do that next Christmas. And it doesn't even have to be for Christmas. It can be any type of events or anything that's going on in the community, any organization that might need help. I definitely want to help people, help that organization that might need, you know, some items for people that might need it and things like that. So I definitely want to do that next year. My 11th goal for this year was I wanted to start paying back on my student loans, and I have been doing that. I have been doing that actually since my student loans kicked in, and I think they had kicked in like February or March, somewhere around those lines. But since my student loans have kicked in, I have been paying on them. Since the pandemic, there has been a pause to payments and stuff like that. They haven't really been caring about, well, I'm not gonna say they haven't been caring about, but they haven't been making it a requirement to make payments right now since the pandemic. But me, I continue to make payments anyway. Like, even if I didn't have to right now because of the pandemic and then putting a pause to payments and stuff like that, I still continue to do so because I didn't want to worry about it later on. So they did put a pause to payments and interest and stuff like that, but I continue paying on it anyways, like every month since the beginning of my student loan repayments. Since they said that whenever they said my payments were gonna start, that's when I have been paying on it. Even if I didn't have to, I still been paying on it. The last and final goal that I had for 2020 is I wanted to work on my mental health and my well-being. I don't really feel like I put any effort into doing so. I am all about taking care of myself and my mental health and things like that, but I really felt like I didn't really get a chance to really focus on that this year, and that's really something I actually want to make that my #1 priority for next year, is taking care of my mind, my body, my mental health, my well-being, all of that stuff. And in a way, I don't want to make it an excuse, but honestly, I feel like I didn't really get to do all of that because of my job. Especially with having anxiety, with me working a lot at the job that I'm currently at. I feel like I don't have the time to actually focus on that. Like I said, it's really not an excuse because I do have after work to do so, but majority of the time I don't really be thinking about that. So I do want to make that more of a priority next year as far as taking care of myself. I'm just gonna start doing a lot of research on things that can possibly help me as far as my well-being and stuff like that. Something that will kind of just help keep me positive and uplift me. Like I said, I don't want to make my job an excuse, but in a way I feel like that is the reason why, because I'm at work all the time, I'm talking to people all the time, and I'm the type of person that I need space away from people to even function correctly. Like, I definitely need my time and my space to just build my energy up, and I just really feel like I don't or can't do that with the job that I do have. So those were my goals for 2020. I don't really have any specific goals for 2021 except for the things that I did not accomplish and some of the things that I have completed. So yeah, don't really have anything in particular for next year, but I will kind of roll these into next year. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Also, make sure to comment down below and let me know like what your goals are for 2021, or what things that you did accomplish this year in 2020. Let me know down below in the comments. I do want to know what you all accomplished this year, and just let me know all the good things that you had happen to you and all of that good stuff down in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.